Hello and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Before we get started, thank you all guys for tuning in today. Thank you for the support and the new subscribers. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you're interested, we are running a giveaway right now, so go check out last Saturday's episode if you want to learn more about that, how to enter and what the goals we need to meet that. But again, thank you guys though for the people who have been liking and commenting and subscribing especially the past like month and a half, and the OG crowd from Ethan. I really appreciate y'all guys sticking around and watching and subscribing, and hopefully we're just going to keep growing quickly, I hope, from here on out. So today we're going to be looking at my 2024-2025 set predictions, what I think LEGO has a high chance of releasing over the next 2 years, as it's like those, the big, I think, crescendo for clone sets. I think we might go through a time where we have less clone sets after 2025, but I have some ideas. I think of some stuff that was probably going to happen over the next couple years. So we'll start with just kind of an overall mix, because I don't know how they would do it. So some Starfighters that I think they're going to do, but it could be multiple different ways. We could see, like we did this year, with like 2 Starfighters in 1 pack, maybe even a 3-pack, and I'll explain that in a minute, or just standalones. So I think there's a high chance, not that we'd see all of these, but we might see most of these, or some of these would be an ARC 170, a V-Wing, Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, Tri-Fighter, and Vulture Droid. I'm not sure how that would be split up, but I could really see them like doing Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter and a Vulture Droid, and then a ARC 170 and a Tri-Fighter, something along those lines, or a V-Wing either separate or in there or something like that. I could really see them doing that. Either we still have a set potential this year, more so next year, I think would be the big opportunity for that. So I think we're overdue for an ARC 170. We're getting close to being overdue for their Jedi Interceptors, and it's like, episode 3, and we're overdue for Vulture Droid and Tri-Fighter, so I really think we're going to get some combinations of that stuff, if not this year, especially next year. For clone like vehicles, I think we'll probably get 2 of these over this year and next year. Probably not all 3, maybe, but probably 2 of these. I'm going to list it in most likely to least likely. So most likely we'll get a turbo tank either this year or next year, probably with Wolfpack or Kashyyyk Troopers, but not sure which one. And then the second most likely is an AT-OT with 327 Star Core, maybe other Legions, so it's probably them. And then probably the least likely would be a UT-AT, especially since they did a little Optoctara. I'm worried that they would not do a little Optoctara in the battle pack next year, and then do a large-scale combat Tri-Droid Optoctara to go along with the UT-AT as an opposing set. I kind of doubt they're going to do that, so I really want a UT-AT, but that's kind of the least likely. But I think we'll probably get the turbo tank, and we'll most likely get the AT-OT, and maybe get the UT-AT, and flip those out, but those are the highest priorities, I think. Other vehicles, not really. Maybe an AT-AP, but that's literally pretty much the only other one that we might get would be like an AT-AP. Kind of depends on if they do like the turbo tank and do a bunch of Kashyyyk next year or don't. For clone legions that I think we will get would be 327 Star Core and Wolfpack, and probably Kashyyyk Scout Troopers. And then ones we might get would be like 91st Reconnaissance Corps, 442nd Siege Battalion, and then Doom's Troopers would be like maybe, but probably not. I put those lower than 50%, but the other ones I would really think we'll be getting in the next year or two. There's been leaks for the 327th, but they've been fake, so they haven't been for real. But I wouldn't be surprised I'd almost be surprised if we don't get them in this year or next year, especially with that visor being able to make Bly now. I'd be surprised if we don't get them. Some Separatist vehicles. We are desperately in need of Separatist stuff. I think we probably will get one of these. I'm not sure which one they would go with. Probably the second one. So first of all, possibly a Separatist shuttle. It's been a long time, but more so on a higher probability would be a Droid HMP Predator gunship. That's a pretty high chance. Again, depends on if they do the Kashyyyk grouping again, which they really could. They've done that in the past, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get like a Droid gunship, because I think it'll be like 6 years next year. And like 7 years after that. So it would not surprise me if we get a Droid gunship either this year or 2025, probably 2025 more than 2024. I think we'll probably get one of these sets. We kind of could use all 4 of them, but we're probably only going to get 1, maybe 2 of these. So that would be a Corporate Alliance tank droid. Been a long time, really need that. Hailfire tank, I could see them making homing spider droid maybe, and then a droid troop transport like from 2015, I could see them doing that, but probably not all 4 of them in the next 2 years. Probably just 1 or 2 of them, but I really hope we do. I think there's a higher chance for something like, especially like a Corporal Alliance tank or a Hailfire tank, because we got the new Super Battle Droids, so they're going to want to do sets where they can put those in, and hopefully it be Separatist vehicles. So I think those would have a higher chance than probably the homing and especially the troop transport, because that's really only for B1s from Episode 1, so it kind of depends on where they go there. They are doing a diorama from Episode 1, so who knows, maybe the $40 set's another troop transport this year, but we don't know that for sure. Or, I mean, obviously we don't know that at all, but I would think Corporate Alliance tank and Hailfire are probably the highest chances of happening. For droids that I think we will get at least one of these. I'd like more than one, but I think we will get one since they've redesigned the legs. I think we will either get like a commando droid at some point in the next couple years, or a tactical droid, and then possibly what I really want is a super tactical droid. I really want to see them design that. I really love the super tactical droid in Star Wars, so I think we will probably get one of the 3 of those. Let's see, we might get like I said, a combat tri-droid, and we might get an MTT. I just think a lot of the especially the MTT, I think the other slots are going to be taken up by other sets. So I think it will be coming, but it might not be in the next 2 years. Some Imperial vehicles, there's not really a lot. They've done a lot of the TIE fighters. They're getting done with the walkers. So I think we might see like a return to Endor, maybe with a battle pack. Like I could see them doing like a Stormtrooper battle pack, maybe a Rebel Trooper battle pack too, like a Rebel Endor battle pack, since we're getting the diorama with the Rebel Fleet Troopers next year. So there's that option. I think we might see some Endor stuff. And then probably I would think a Star Destroyer, but I don't know if it would be like a regular Star Destroyer or the Chimera. That's kind of where it would be between, kind of leaning towards probably the Chimera, because I know people want Thrawn, and I'm sure Lego's thinking of a way they can put Thrawn in a set. So, okay, that just made me think of that. Another high chance for an Imperial set would be the Imperial, like essentially the Imperial version of the Coruscant police gunship. That could be a big set. That could be a set with some with Thrawn's Stormtroopers. I'll put a picture. I can't remember what their names are off the top of my head, but those Stormtroopers and Thrawn, that would be the other big Imperial. It would be either Star Destroyer, and that set we probably will get in the next couple of years. And then Rebels/New Republic, I could see us probably getting a B-Wing or a Y-Wing. It's been a while for both of those, so both of those, possibly an A-Wing, but probably a Y-Wing or a B-Wing. And then a capital ship, either play set or a mini scale, either like a Mon Cala cruiser, or the new, like, probably going to end up being MC-30 cruiser from Ahsoka. Maybe going to get one of those. And I think that's about going to do it. I think that's most of my predictions. The only other thing would be like the diorama sets, especially for 2025. My predictions is Anakin versus Obi-Wan and or Palpatine's arrest. I could see them even doing both, honestly. I really could see them doing both. And then I think I mentioned, I think they will do a MIDI scale Venator next year as well. I think that would be what's going to be one of the MIDI scales. And then, again, potentially a Mon Cala cruiser. I could see them thinking about doing that, or a Star Destroyer, either mini scale or play scale. So those are my best thought for some predictions. Some battle packs, I kind of talked about that. It's hard to say. I don't know if they're going to keep going with clones because they know we like it, or they're going to branch out and do Empire. I could see us getting a clone one again. I don't know what they would do. Probably episode 3, so maybe like Kashyyyk scout troopers, or 327th or 91st reconnaissance. I could see them going that route, but I could also see them going the route of doing a stormtrooper battle pack and or like a rebel trooper battle pack, maybe Endor, because it's been a while since we've got Endor, and we are desperately in need of some Endor sets, especially like maybe even possibly coming up a Endor bunker. I think that's coming. Maybe not next 2 years, but it's got to be coming in the next 2 to 3 years. It's got to be. It's overdue to be a master builder set, is the Endor bunker. So that's going to do it for today, guys. That's my 2024-2025 set predictions. Comment down below what you think is coming and what you hope is coming. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, and stick around for more content just like this. And thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.